All right, we're back at Prairie Creek. We're doing a shorter hike. It's just gonna be to Big Tree and then Cathedral Tree Loop. So it's all told it's like 3.2 miles and only like 100 feet of elevation gain. So
nice easy one to lead into the day.
yeah.
And then we decided to come here first because we're also doing another hike that requires a permit that you can only get at certain offices.
Right, and this is just conveniently, we wanted to do this one last week, or yesterday, but we were so tired. And this one conveniently had the visitor center where you can get a permit, so we'll do it and get it done. So yesterday we were going that way, but we accessed this by the same trail off the park headquarters. We're just going to Big Tree. This is the one with a walkway around it. It's supposed to be 21 feet in diameter.
I can't even imagine that. I can't wait to see it. Plus,
Yeah.
they did say this turnoff for Big Tree is kind of hard to find. It's just the first sign.
Yeah.
So just like go with the first sign and it should be there.
All right. We've been given special powers by the forest. We can walk through trees. Pop the trees.
Oftentimes you have to like duck under or jump over, and this one you just walk right through.
Yeah.
And then there's another one.
Right. It's so big. I mean,
This is amazing.
yeah. This is kind of what we were seeing yesterday too. It's like, this looks like a massive tree. Then you go up and it rises to about like 3 or 4 different trunks. That's just crazy that they can grow that close to each other and kind of join up.
Yeah.
It's like Stranger Things season 3 here.
Or like Power Rangers, where they
there
all
you go.
join to make, what was the one that is like all of them combined?
Yeah, I don't know. Was it their name for it? But it looked cool.
Yeah.
That's what I remember. I think this is actually where people are getting lost because they added this little laminated sheet to say take a right here to cross the road and get to Big Tree. But otherwise, if you just looked off of this, you would think, oh, I have to keep going this way. But no, it's this way. So we're almost there.
Woohoo!
Yeah. Okay, we're at the road. And our website, redwoodhikes.com, said don't take the trail that's right across there. Walk to the left here along the pullout to, you're not going to be able to see it, but just past that white car, there's a sign for a memorial grove. It's like Hunnewell Downs, Hunnewell Donald, something like that. Go up there because there's a little extra trail with some impressive groves. So we'll let you know if that is actually true, but it's only an extra few yards, so we're gonna do it. Here's the sign to the grove. Now we'll head this way and eventually hook up with Big Tree. So far, so good for this grove.
Oh my gosh, they're so tall.
Yeah, I think this was a pretty good decision. Especially since it's only supposed to be a couple extra yards. And we are here. And it is massive.
It is huge.
Stretch out your arms, Betsy.
Woo!
We're a bit removed to give other people space, but some of the facts about this: 74.5 feet in circumference, estimated age 1,500 years.
That is just so old.
That's crazy. I mean, that's before Middle Ages almost. I mean, when did the Roman Empire fall? It was around that time.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. And to exit, the site says that the easiest path is Foothill Trail right there. But a little alternate, it's a little bit of climbing, but more scenic. This Cathedral Trees Trail right here. So we're gonna do that. And it's still only about like a mile to go, maybe.
Oh yeah, we're like over halfway done.
Yeah, so it's worth it for the better trees. This is probably gonna be impossible to capture on video, but the light shining through, and like it's shining like, I don't know, like particles that make it sort of like mystical. I don't know, I'm not showing Betsy, but it's crazy.
Well, the air is like a little bit foggy, and then the sunlight coming through in the morning is just breathtaking. I highly recommend doing this in the morning.
Yeah.
Plus it's not very busy.
Right. All right, we're starting another one. We had to get a special permit for this, so we'll talk about that later. But we're gonna do the Emerald Ridge Trail Loop of tall trees, which will take us down to Redwood Creek, like up to the Tall Trees Grove Loop, and head back. So hopefully it'll be pretty fun. Hopefully we don't see any of those.
Yeah.
We're already to our junction, Emerald Ridge Trail. Only do this in the summer, they said, but we're doing this in late July, so we should be good. All right, after a pretty easy downhill, which is obviously ominous because then we have to hike back up it, but we're already down to the creek, just through there.
And we were commenting how this trail is really different from the other trails that we've done so far. It's much more like kind of like, I don't know, it's a narrower path, it's leafier, there's other trees besides redwoods. So it's something different, which is nice.
Which is nice. You got to have that variety.
Here's the little thing.
Cool.
Tall Trees Trail, 1.7. Use gravel bars, stream crossings required. Summer use only.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
We just travel up the river.
Yeah, take it right. This is a bit of an adventure trail. We've already gone under one big log, and we're supposed to cross the river 6 times. So bear with us. All right, this bush area, we just bushwhacked that. Watch yourself. Now we're much more happy with this wide open creek bed.
It was exciting though, and I didn't have any stress because I just made Andy decide which way we were gonna go.
So I was the one carrying all the stress. But that's okay.
I was having a ball.
Yeah. Hopefully it's a little bit more straightforward from here on out.
Oh wow, there's tons of them.
Somebody's been busy. These are all tadpoles. After that bushwhacking, our view has been pretty spectacular here. Tough to argue. And there's Betsy.
This is so amazing. And we're just like the only people here.
Yeah. Be careful there, that's gonna be fast. Good job. Good job. Almost through, nice.
Made it!
Excellent job. Oh, watch yourself, it's still slick.
Yeah. All right.
Good job.
Got to the other side.
That's probably one of maybe 5 more. Nice job.
That was fun.
Pretty massive redwoods right to the right of us, so we might be getting close to Tall Trees Loop. Still on the Redwood Creek for now though. We are breathing a sigh of relief, both an amazement at these trees, but more out of relief because we got off the creek bed. We're supposed there's supposed to be an orange triangle, and we did not see an orange triangle.
There's no orange triangle.
So we just bushwhacked up this way, and we're lucky enough to hit it. this is what we were supposed to come up. And we definitely did not see this. It looks like we may have, there's a little shrubbery that maybe we skirted around.
Yeah.
Rather than hug the forest side. That may have been our mistake. But I feel like they should make that more obvious.
Yeah.
I mean, we will take some blame for sure.
We made it at least.
Yeah. And I think we only saw half of Tall Trees Loop, but I'm good to head back.
Let's head back. We got a little bit, I think, rattled.
Yeah. And I mean,
we saw some very tall trees. So.
And we'll have to look this up, but it sure looks like Endor.
Oh,
so maybe they filmed here. We made it back! We're on our way out from the hike, but I wanted to get footage of the unpaved road that you have to access the hike. It's 6 miles on this, either way. And knock on wood, so far our Toyota Corolla has been doing pretty well on this.
And I saw like Priuses, there's a lot of small cars, and there's not a lot of potholes or anything.
Yeah.
It's definitely bumpy, and there's some like steep grades where I'm like, oh, I hope the car will grip, but so far so good.
Yeah, as unpaved roads go, this is pretty smooth, so it's doable.
So Andy's headed out to do the gate here. And so if you go to the hike, you have to go to the center and they'll give you a combination for this gate, which is pretty cool because you feel super top secret. But yeah, and then you're back on to regular roads. So to finish off our 3 hikes, we're gonna end with the Lady Bird Johnson Grove Loop. And it's pretty short. It's only 1.5 miles.
And it gains 100 feet, so.
Yeah, and it's called that because she dedicated the national park in 1968.
Yep.
So you can come and they have these guides that kind of take you through the loop. And they're $1 if you want to keep it, or you can just return it for free.
We realized we didn't do an outro for the hikes.
Oopsies.
But oh well, we'll talk about it now. Because there's a lot of stuff we kind of shortchanged too in the video.
Yeah.
Like the first one was the permit process, which was not that involved. As we said, I think we said this, we needed to go to Prairie Creek State, Redwood State Park or whatever. Because that was one of 2 areas. There's one northern, which is that one, and there's one southern. And it was definitely more convenient for us to hit the northern one based on where we were staying. So it worked out well to get that and then do Big Tree Loop. And in terms of getting that, we just waited for the Ryan's gonna make a special appearance.
She was not on this trip, but she does wish she had been.
Yeah.
So.
And then but waited for the visitor center to open, and then it was a simple process of just you know, hooking up with a guide and they signed you up. One thing they did say when picking it up is they were worried about cougars, like this little guy.
Yeah.
Which got me in kind of a nervous state of mind.
Yeah, I am usually the most anxious person of the 2 of us by like a million. So I knew when Andy was worried, I was like, oh gosh, what's gonna happen?
It's funny because when we got to the trailhead, I said to Betsy, I'm a little nervous. Because they also warned about bears, which there's not grizzlies in the area. It's only black bears, which are a little bit more docile. But I said I was nervous, and Betsy's reaction, soothing me, was like, oh my god, you're nervous? I'm really nervous.
I know.
It's like, oh, that didn't help out.
I will say, like, I think what made it a little bit more nerve-wracking, because bears and cougars are always going to be around in the redwoods, but where we were going, they only sell a certain number of permits, and it's a pretty small number. So, like, being able to do that, and also not having very many people on the trail meant that there's just like not enough noise to scare the bears off.
Yeah, that was the major thing, is we found a great hike on that redwoodshikes.com, but it was the more secluded hike, which normally I think, oh, well then you don't have to worry about the crowds. But the crowds scare off the bears and the cougars.
Yeah.
and it was also very, like, a little bit overgrown, and so it's like, boy, they could really sneak up on us. So that's why we kind of bombed down to the creek bed.
Very quickly.
Yeah, and we were talking throughout the whole thing, that we weren't filming much.
Yeah.
But, yeah. In terms of actually being on the creek bed, that was definitely the highlight of that hike.
Yeah, it is, like, majestic. It is the definition of majestic. It was, like, I would turn around and you just see mountains. Like, you'd have far away mountains, nearer mountains, beautiful tree-lined creek bed. It was so beautiful. And
the creek crossings were pretty doable. You have to watch your feet and your footing. But that was just like a cool adventure part of it. But we did miss our turnoff. I know. Which actually came with a funny story.
Yeah. And this is, I think, why we missed the turnoff. Yes,
I definitely think it was. Because at some point we said we were by ourselves. We eventually saw people who had camped the night before on the creek bed, and then we're gonna hike out. And I don't know if I'd do that, but anyways, side note, we saw some other guys come in, and they were getting into the creek bed, and then as you got a little bit closer, you realized they're naked.
Yeah. And they were just having a ball.
Yeah. And we were close enough that I thought, okay, I guess they saw us and they're just cool with it.
Yeah.
I mean, they were in shape, they're probably, and then we got a little bit closer, and then we see them go, oh!
And they all started giggling and just running over to the side.
Yeah, and then they were giggling like covering their junk. And that's what I think distracted us, because I think that is where they must have come off Tall Trees Loop. Yeah. And that is where the turnoff was. And so we were distracted by naked guys.
And we were like trying to skirt them, like give them some privacy. So we went really wide around. Yeah.
Hugged the forest, because then we would have seen the trail.
Because we kept going for a good quarter mile.
Yeah, and we actually talked to them, and we said like, hey, you guys close to Tall Trees Loop? And they said, oh yeah. And they pointed further down.
Yeah, so we thought, okay, it's got to be somewhere around here.
So I think they led us a little bit of astray there too. But it was a funny story.
So as long as you don't run into nude swimmers, I think you'll be okay.
Yeah. Shout out to my dad who's skinny dipped. But we also kind of shortchanged Tall Trees Loop because of that. We said we did about half of it. I actually think we did.
Yeah, we did most of it.
The vast majority of it. But it was pretty spectacular.
It is tall trees. I mean, it's just like really amazing. Yeah. If you have seen the shots of Endor in Star Wars, that is it. Like it is beautiful.
If we were better, we could have taken a photo and matched it up with a screenshot of the movie.
So it's really cool.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, how would you rate these three?
I thought, honestly, I think if you are really into hiking and you would enjoy it, I would do all three together, because I felt like it was a really good combo. I would say the Lady Bird Johnson one is definitely like the busiest one, and it's the shortest, one of the shorter ones. Yeah. And then I would still say the Tall Trees Loop that we did was my favorite by far. Like, it was amazing. It's one of my top hikes ever. It was really cool.
Yeah. Here comes the kitty again.
Monster cat.
Yeah. But next time we'll take you, Orion. So, anyways, while she whaps you. Yeah. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching, and let us know if you've done this before or if you're going to, because I highly recommend all of these hikes. And hopefully, I think he's editing, so hopefully you'll put the link again
Right, the redwoodhikes.com. I'll say it, but I'll also put it down in the description.
Yeah. All right. See you
ya.
later.